So together, we have made the 4th annual Wildlife Conservation in Africa Conference a reality. And I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all the speakers, the organizers, participants for their invaluable contributions. Conservation is not just about protecting animals, it's about safeguarding ecosystems and securing the future of our planet. So I will end with that, and if you had some points to add.
I want to thank you for organizing this and for everyone's attention today. The range of speakers has been incredible and it's inspiring. And what we've seen today is underscored that all life on this planet is interconnected. It's not just humans. People need nature to survive. That is a fact. We can't get away from it. We should embrace it. We're all interconnected. And the best antidote to despair is action. There is so much that we can do each in our own lives. Clover Hogan has said before, she's an activist based out of the United Kingdom, I believe, that we do not need 100 perfect activists. We need 1 million imperfect activists. Mm-hmm. There's something that each of us can do. Let's find what we can each do in our own respective areas. We do not have to be perfect. A better path forward is possible, but that requires that we fix this broken relationship that we have with nature. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm not sure I could add to that. I think Sir Michael put his finger on the one way forward, and that is the children. And it's for that reason that EcoFlix is free to schools and universities and hospitals worldwide. So if you're a teacher or a lecturer, go to ecoflix.com, scroll down to the education bit and sign up. If you're stuck in hospital, ask the hospital administrators, you want to see EcoFlix? Because there is good evidence that even watching nature documentaries can improve your well-being and speed your healing. It's often said that if you get out into nature, but if you can't get out into nature, but you can watch it on a screen, it has that effect. So that's an indication of how important nature is to our well-being. And today's been an odd day for me. I got up in Stroud in Gloucestershire in England, walked down to the station and picked up a paper. And the paper that I read on the train had a story about the Max Planck Institute researchers had observed a Sumatran orangutan plucking and chewing a plant species that is not normally a food plant, and then applying that poultice to a wound under his eye, and it healed. It's the first instance that's been observed of apes medicating in that way, although self-medication is something that many species do. There's a branch of science called zoopharmacognosy. Knowledge in wild animals of which plants and which minerals to ingest to deal with certain problems. We can learn from nature. We do learn from nature. We are nature. And I think this conference has highlighted that, both in terms of the One Health concept, even though many of human health practitioners have not got the enlightened view of Dr. Vohra, and in terms of financing, where I saw a statistic a couple of years ago that over the next 20 or 30 years, I think $26 trillion was going to be spent on new roads and infrastructure. We're going to double the number of roads and railways. And already our ecosystems are buckling under the strain of the infrastructure we've got. I understand that the extractive industries will spend billions of dollars prospecting to see if there's something worth digging up in a remote area. And then there are conservation NGOs with budgets in the hundreds of thousands or low millions trying to push back against that economic force. It isn't going to work. Only if the nature that we're wanting to destroy to get the minerals or the raw materials from the forests or the animals themselves, the ivory, the meat, whatever it is, until that is perceived to have a value in situ, in place, then I don't think we're going to solve it just with NGOs and philanthropy and projects, even though that's what I've been involved with for 40-something years, and we have local successes and we celebrate them. I'm only here in the room courtesy of the National Trust of the Cayman Islands, who are about to celebrate Blue Iguana Day, National Blue Iguana Day, because they've turned that species demise. It got down to about 25 or 30 individual big, massive blue lizards, and now there's more than 1,000. So that's fantastic. If you put your mind to it, mountain gorillas have recovered, and there's 3 times the number when I started studying them. Wonderful. But overall, we're facing global economic forces that are pushing against nature. Governments are still subsidizing fossil fuels. If they put those subsidies into restoring nature, we'd be making some progress. And so I think that's the message that needs to come from this. We of course, we need the dedicated activists and the NGOs and the people trying to help in wherever they have the ability to act. But we also need the UN to give clear steerage, clear direction. You know, the UN isn't a world government, but it advises governments on policy. And those parts of the UN that are advising on policy on the environment, I'm afraid don't have as loud a voice as those that are interested in the exploitation of nature. And we have to reverse that. So thank you so much for organizing this and for inviting me to participate. I thought I was going to be another video, but because I'm on my way to the Cayman Islands, I'm here in the room. So
Yes,
it's been a real pleasure. Thank you.
I'm glad. I'm very happy. So, as compassionate individuals, each of us has the power to make a difference, whether it's raising awareness, supporting ethical tourism, or contributing to conservation initiatives. Every action counts. I urge you to take a pledge today to do one thing, no matter how small, to help preserve wildlife and their habitats. That's my request and message to all of you.